Welcome back, everyone. We just keep rolling along, and today we have what I believe is the best iPhone for most people, and arguably the better looking iPhone of this product cycle, the iPhone 11. Now, I really think Apple's naming scheme is really stupid because for those people who aren't that into tech, may be confused as to which phone is which. Really, I have no clue who approved the naming scheme for the Pro models. There's really no standout feature that differentiates it as a Pro device, unless you consider that extra camera Pro, but I don't know. Anyway, this iPhone is a fantastic value and could pass the test for best value iPhone ever. This iPhone 11 is the living, breathing successor to the iPhone XR. So what exactly is new? What has changed? Stay tuned to find out. Before I start, I want to remind everyone of my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you'd like to join in on the fun and potentially stunt a brand new Apple Watch Series 5, stay tuned until the end of the video to find out how you can participate. Anyway, the unboxing differs slightly from the 11 Pro unboxing, but is largely the same. You have a white box instead of a black box with an image of the back of your iPhone highlighting your extremely bright color choice. In my case, I decided to pick up the green variant, but you can also get it in white, black, yellow, purple, and product red. On the top and bottom we have our Apple logo. Flanking that to the sides we have iPhone branding, and on the back we have our storage capacity as well as serial number information. We pull on our tab that makes the unboxing extremely simple and take off our lid again very suspensefully and are presented with a rather bright new iPhone 11. We'll set that off to the side and dig deeper into the components of our box. What you'll notice that is different from the iPhone 11 Pro is that you don't get the 18-watt fast charger. Instead, you get the same 5-watt power adapter that we've seen for well over a decade now. It's rather idiotic that a company like Apple is still cutting corners on a device that is $700. Thankfully, you still get your lightning equipped earpods, which still sound excellent, and your USB-A to lightning cable. Now, taking a quick tour of the device, it is pretty evident that the iPhone 11 line is designed with vibrancy and brightness in mind. Each color just pops and I totally dig it. Situated on the back, we have our Apple logo, which again, the iPhone script is now missing, and I must say it looks much cleaner this way. Up top is where you'll notice the biggest differentiating factor between this and the more premium iPhone 11 Pro. We have a dual camera array versus the triple camera array that I'll go in detail in just a bit. To the right of your two camera sensors is your True Tone flash and a microphone. Swing down to the bottom of the device and you will find your aluminum ring instead of a stainless steel ring surrounding the perimeter of your new iPhone. Down on the bottom we have our lightning port and speaker alongside another microphone. Along the left, you'll have your volume up and down buttons with your mute switch. On the top, we have nothing much going on, but on the right is where we'll have our power button used to wake our device alongside with our SIM card, which is now lower as compared to the iPhone 11 Pro. Beautiful device, and I must say it looks much better than the huge bulky triple camera system that is found on the more expensive Pro. Contrary to popular belief, no, this is not the broke boy phone. If you get this phone, it does not define your wealth. As a matter of fact, this is probably the best bang for your buck, especially now that the iPhone 11 features a new price. Let me explain. The iPhone 11 is supposed to be the budget iPhone, right? It is succeeding the iPhone XR, which is actually still available and now starts at $599. But honestly, just save up the extra $100 and get the 11, which is now available for a new, more attractive entry price of $699. Now, this is much more appealing to those on a budget or for those who simply don't care about the extra camera and battery on the 11 Pro. Slashing those $50 suddenly makes our feeble human mind see it as a much better deal, and it is because you get so much more for less. First of all, like I mentioned, the 11 comes in 6 colors and the construction feels rigid and actually feels like this would survive a fall better than the 11 Pro, having that ultra strong glass that is milled from just a single sheet of glass and has an IP68 rating, allowing it to be submerged underwater for 30 minutes at 2 meters and starts at $699 for 64 gigs, but can be configured up to 256 gigabytes for $849. The iPhone 11 still sees that beautiful 6.1-inch Liquid Retina HD display, but just like the XR, it's a whole different kind of technology as compared to the OLED panels on the Pro variants. Apple is able to curve those screens and stretch them out as much as possible through the use of what they call Liquid Retina, which, I mean, there's nothing liquid about it. It really just is a marketing stunt. If you look closely, we will still retain those bigger bezels that were present on the XR, and when you put them side by side to the Pro models, it is noticeable but isn't that big of a deal. It has a resolution of 1792 by 828 at 326 ppi, which is much less than the crisper display of the iPhone 11 Pros. It still retains haptic touch, and which now the iPhone 11 Pro line also includes, as 3D touch was sadly axed. I love 3D touch. I don't care what anyone says, it will be missed. It does feature a 1400:1 contrast ratio, which is diminutive compared to the Pro line. We do have True Tone, a P3 wide color gamut, and has a max brightness of 625 nits. If you own the iPhone XR, then you know how amazing those pictures are, and Apple did us a solid and included 2 sensors. For what it's worth, these cameras are fantastic, but you do miss one of those sensors, that being the telephoto lens. The 11 features the dual 12 megapixel ultra wide f2.4 sensor and a wide angle f1.8 lens with night mode capability also being available. I honestly could have done without the ultra wide and would have preferred the telephoto, but hey, it may prove useful. The front camera does thankfully retain the same specs as the more expensive Pro model, having a 12 megapixel true depth sensor with 4K recording at 60 frames per second. And, wait for it, slow fees. They're actually much cooler than you'd think, dude. I thought they'd be stupid, but they're actually pretty fun. Smart HDR, portrait mode with bokeh effects, and all your other features you love about your camera are still present here. I think a great selling point for sure is that increased 12 megapixel camera on the front as compared to the 7 megapixel one found on the XR. This should provide you with those banger selfies so you can maybe finally get 1,000+ likes on your Instagram. Let me know how that goes. Internally, as did the XS and XR generation did, we thankfully do have the exact same internals. Really, if you think about it, the 11 is just as powerful as the 11 Pro. What you pay more for is just extra features and aesthetics like the aluminum construction and extra camera. The 11 sports Apple's custom designed A13 Bionic chip with 3rd generation neural engine. What this translates to is the most powerful smartphone on the market today, all at $300 cheaper than the flagship offering from Apple. Seriously, I can't stress enough how much value you get with this phone. The fact that it has the same internals as the 11 Pro means everything the Pro model can do in terms of performance, the 11 can do too, so take a shot at new AR capabilities or maybe subscribe to Apple Arcade and play to your heart's content, knowing this chipset is not only powerful, but just as energy efficient as its more bougie cousin, the iPhone 11 Pro. In terms of battery, it's weird. It's like the roles reversed. On the last gen, the iPhone XR reigned supreme as battery champ on paper, but this time it takes a step back and promises to achieve 1 hour longer than the iPhone XR, which is still excellent when taking into account the tremendous battery life the XR already had. To be exact, it features a 3046 mAh lithium-ion battery. Just to give you an idea, the XR boasted a 2,942 mAh battery, so we should expect modest improvements in the battery life department. Even the inclusion of the new U1 chip is present here, the chip that makes your iPhone self-aware of its surroundings and the ability it grants your phone to interact with other U1-enabled devices. It's really neat and has so much potential to do big things. Other improvements we see this generation over last is the now faster Wi-Fi 6, which can allow you to download content up to 38% faster. Still has that Qi charging capability so you can wirelessly charge with any Qi-enabled wireless charger. Now features spatial audio alongside the Pro models, so that can have a more immersive sound while consuming content, and features audio sharing so that 2 pairs of AirPods can be connected to the same iPhone. And finally, up to 30 LTE bands for world-class international roaming, which is extremely helpful for me since I travel internationally quite regularly. Other than that, the 11 is a substantial improvement over its predecessor and brings much to the table. You get 2 cameras instead of 1, a better front-facing camera, beefier chipset, which is the same as the 11 Pro, better battery life, and best of all, better entry-level price compared to when the XR came out. In all honesty, this is the best iPhone for most people. It has everything you'll ever need. 2 cameras that will fill 90% of situations for pictures, tremendous battery, huge, and I mean huge power, and all for a lot less money. The display quality and resolution may not be up to par to the Pro models, but honestly, no one can ever say this display is bad. It's sharp and crisp, and more than anything, really vibrant to complement the vibrancy of your iPhone color. This iPhone is a fantastic option without a doubt, and would recommend it way more than the 11 Pro. You really have to be committed to get the 11 Pro and drop a minimum of $1,000 on it. I do plan to make a head-to-head iPhone 11 versus 11 Pro comparison, so make sure you don't miss that one, as it will likely be a perfect guide for those debating which iPhone to upgrade to. People have always said that the upgrades lately have been incremental, and to those people I say this: You're exactly right. We're hitting a peak in terms of innovation and features. Like, I don't know what else to add to smartphones. And even if smartphone companies have plenty of ideas, I guarantee they will milk every feature they can, essentially holding back just to sell more and more. It's a sad reality, but I would have wished bilateral charging finally made its debut on the new iPhones, and especially 5G. But I guess we'll have to wait. Without a doubt though, this is the iPhone to get this year. But let me know what you guys think. Before I finish, I want to remind everyone so that everyone has a chance to participate and potentially win a brand new Apple Watch Series 5. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and head over to my iPhone 11 Pro review and drop a comment letting me know what is your favorite musical artist or band of all time. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you'll always be in the loop with channel updates and polls. I really can't wait for the giveaway announcement set for October 20th, and I can't wait to see all of your beautiful faces there. I'm clocking out of this one, but can't wait to catch you in my next video. Peace out.